This here will be a review for May 2nd. First up I have here is EPD, Enterprise Products Partners. I said in my video last night that this was already gapping up based on earnings, and as you can see, that was the case on the open. There's a quick little sell-off here, and I was looking for this area to hold as support. Once it came to within what I was comfortable with as far as risking, I would start looking for a buy setup. The 2-minute gave quite a bit of price action right in this region here. Saw a little bit of bullishness, started to take the offer on the price, so I jumped in here 27.53, allowed for less than a 10 cent stop loss here, so and ended up being able to take a decent amount of size. Saw where it opened up at, and the immediate sell-off gave me an idea that I needed to look for resistance here, and I actually took profits a little bit earlier than what I should have. Left quite a bit on the table there. Overall, that was a decent trade, and as you can see, the rest of the day it rolled over, and this is pretty much no longer bullish to me, so I'll be surprised if it comes up on my scan again. Next up is FAST, Fastenal. Fastenal was another one that gapped up. I had to take 2 trades in this. My rules dictate that 5 cents over the open on a gap up over my hammer candles, I got to take it as a gap and go trade. Got in and trailed me out just a little bit below this red candle right here for a small loss. Nothing huge, but just a failed trade. A little frustrating there. Next up, I had this second entry. Was once I saw that there was support forming right around the gap level, watch for some sort of consolidation, a move above. I almost jumped in right here, but it was just below the VWAP still, so I wanted to see if it was going to have any strength to get up through it. So that kind of took the tightest stop loss away and didn't get the greatest fill, but there was a decent amount of continuation. And just like the previous trade, I had to look at this previous high from the opening range as a resistance. Once I saw it, it started selling off, got a good amount of volume on those bars right there. So that was telling me that was a top. That's a very important level right there. Overall, made a little bit of profit on that one. Next up, Holx, Hologic Inc. This one, I did not want to get anything off of the open, and I waited. Just like in my video last night, it came right down to my support entry here. Got a little bit of a break back above this level. Kind of had me a little worried about this move in this area here, but I did kind of expect some sort of consolidation. You can't always just have a straight V bottom reversal and bounce right back up to highs. So a little bit of patience had to come into play there. It ended up working out pretty well. It made a decent gain on there. Didn't quite get up to my target, but that's okay. I will keep this on the back burner for a possible setup tomorrow or in the next couple of days for some continuation, because this is a consolidation candle, not necessarily a topping or reversal candle, so it could dwindle down a little bit, and I'll take it off my list completely. Next up, Mchp. Mchp actually did not take a trade in this one. As you can see, these notes from my video yesterday didn't quite come close enough. I didn't like the risk reward when it was up here. I did see the buyers start to come in here, but I just wasn't really feeling an entry right there as far away from where I was going to put my stop loss. So no entry, is straight red bars, Bear River sell-off basically off of the open, and nothing to do. Next was Noble Energy, NBL. This was another one I had to end up taking 2 trades on. 9 times out of 10, if I see a green hammer within the first couple of minutes of the day, or excuse me, first couple of 5-minute candles in the day, I'll go ahead and take a long entry. That was the case here, consolidation, and it broke right below. So that's okay. Sometimes that does happen. Then I noticed the secondary setup here didn't quite come all the way down to the gap, so my stop was a little bit further away than I would have liked. But I was able to get a decent trade out of it. Trailed me out right up here around the top, so made up for the loss and then some on that trade. Next up was Ntap, Ntap Inc. Gapped up, blew right through my support entry right here. Didn't quite get in right there. I waited, and once it broke back above, that's another way that you can play at important level, is if it doesn't hold support immediately, if it goes back above it, it can provide a decent setup to enter into. I did not take profit right here on this peak. It is not a very high price stock. I wasn't too worried. I was a little upset that I left some on the table on this little bit of a pullback, but it ended up working out. I saw this wide range bar at the highs over here, so I thought maybe that this little bit of extra volume down here was able to push it up over the highs. So it did not happen, and that was closed out here. 4 wins and 1 did not trigger today.